Am I actually dead? What the fuck? Cloak in 15, but missed the trap. I can sap out of that. Guy stays combat for no reason. Woo! That gave me a heart attack, but I almost exploded. Okay. Hunters, by the way. Hunters, by the way. There's like 2-6 shuffle on my ult. We lost multiple lobbies in a row. We were 2-7 MMR. The main is still number 1 sub, but this one's like number 6 or 7 because I tanked 100 points. I was number 1 and number 2, but sub shuffle is CIA black site torture, so is what it is. I shouldn't have bombed because he actually got the clone. Doesn't matter though. All she wrote, Windcarn. Getting carried by the hunter into getting carried by Windcarn. I'd love to see it. Now I can get the Warlock on the board after another Windcarn. Might be the world first sub 6-0. Got my Costco Mocha cold brew. I had LASIK, Mr. J. 2 weeks coming this Thursday. It's interesting. One day I will receive a dispel. And it will be glorious. I'm gonna blind hunter. I trust this to get clones. Honestly, I didn't know I could kick big precog. I step behind the bolt so it doesn't go off. Gouge the bolt so it doesn't go off. Cloak the bolt. Even though we had paints up, probably didn't need to cloak it. Can stun this guy in 1. Symbols for my 4 set. I'll stun off that. I could gouge priest. Oh. Into a kidney. I'm actually just dead. It's the boomy solos soon. All she wrote. High Mountain just gives you crazy damage reduction. Man, my vision's worse up close, but I have like Eagle Eye 2020 distance vision. So WoW feels like a different FOV. It's more zoomed out, which I don't know if I like that more or less. Like it's harder for me to read. But yeah, I could see 2020 on day 2. It's just really dry and I have to use a lot of eye drops. Yeah, my depth perception is very different because my left eye was kind of lazy with my astigmatism. But I'd say reading, it's definitely worse. And I'll definitely need readers in like the next 10 years, but I think if I can find the hunter in stealth. At least he comes out of stealth soon. Okay, nice. Try to evasion the boomy. Please get me. That's like a gigantic rapture shield. I didn't stun his trinket, I'm bad. I want to sap that so bad, like, what? That's Hunters, by the way. I was gonna go in for the gouge, but I just died like 60-0. He likes it. Guy stays combat, so I don't get a sap. Love to see it. Locks are staying out in the open and dying. Play I could tap that. Face combat for no reason again. It would have been DR anyway, but trying to hit closest person. Gonna gouge the wind card and just feel. Vanish to not die to air. Then evage, kick the clone. Dying through evage. No gouge for the clone. My healer gets full clone, so I'm just gonna line. Hopefully my lock wall's high. He's greeting wall. He's at 20%. He's still greeting wall. He got kicked. You can't wall. Kick clone. Get scattered on non-dance. Keep weaning. Gouge, maybe he gets a full fear out of it. Stun the clone. Gonna get... Oh, he doesn't have scatter already. I just get feared instead. Because we didn't fear the priest off the full stun. Pick the penance. No kick for clones now. I'm dead here. Full root beam. I have blades for the next go. I just need to kind of line and slow it down. If I try to play the game, we just die. Need to have the ability to go disarm True Shot when he pops really soon. We just bomb the Boomy when I can, and I have to stun his trinket. Bomb, stun trinket. Somehow I did not... Okay. I don't know how I stepped my Warlock there. I did not press Alt S. I was pressing Alt D. I stepped my lock when I was trying to bomb. I'm dead here. I even triggered that. Oh, that's a tilter. I mean, we still get points. It's a poor win, but... I did get LASIK, yeah. Alright, we're getting the mount right here. Streamer Benny's. That's just part of playing the game for 30,000 hours. Just play for 20 years straight, you know? And just start narrating like your peekaboo. Simple to death. Gouge. Rupture to the side. I have to write it out because my brain just does it automatically. I can't even like. Gonna Nightblade, Symbols of Death, Rupture to the side, kitty smoke bomb. They made this fight so much quicker because it doesn't auto cast. Nope, no mount. The game hates me. What should I do? Doubt I'm gonna get another shuffle pop anytime soon. Shadow Priest is not that bad right now. There's not that many warriors to hold it down. It's just, if you want to auto-win, you just play Hunter or Ret. Mage is really good right now, too, and so is Destro. don't have 2 WoW accounts right now. So I can't dual box. And play like Leg Remix. Even though I have all the mod already. Or play Mega Bonk. How you doing, Slight? I just also don't want to fly around for 30 minutes. I only have 2 hours to play before I go to work. You play Asa? No, I have no interest in playing Asa. I got my 12-hour night shift coming up in 3 hours. I gotta get there at 4:30. They let you clock in 30 minutes early. Which is nice, free OT. So, and it's only a 10-minute commute, so I'm probably gonna get off around 4. So I got about 2 hours to play. Asa's one of my least favorite specs in the game. If I had my way, it wouldn't be valuable at all. I'm always shaved, man. I look white trashy if I grow it out. Because I can grow a good mustache, I can grow a good beard, I can grow a good goatee, but I just don't get any sideburns. So I just look like some crazy, like, Disney villain. So I have, like, no sideburns, no 5 o'clock shadow. No, I don't consider playing Asa Rogue to be playing Rogue. I only enjoy Sub Rogue. It's criminal because I want to play threes with some friends, but then they just they're like, play Asa, and I'm just like, it's like a Telltale game. I'm like, Nahj will remember this. When Sub Rogue is OP for like 1 month, like it was in Dragonflight, you know, when it happens again in Midnight, when Sub is the meta for a month, you know, I'll remember it. I'll be like, no, you wanted me to play Asa. You don't get the carry. I only enjoy Sub. Like Asa, you just run around, you tab dot people, you're not even playing a rogue. You're just playing like a less skilled feral druid that doesn't even have like any fake casting clone or anything. Yeah, tab growing this guy, okay, tab growing that guy. That's the entire video game. Fucking boring. Shouldn't be viable. Oh, I think I killed my headset. There we go. Yeah, I have my Nahj Zoth emote. Me having facial hair from my BFA arc. But I mean, I could grow in like a full beard, but that's generally how it comes in. I just look evil. I think you could easily get rank 1-3s and sub right now. And you're a bitch if you don't want to play with a sub. Especially when it's middle of season. It's like last day of season, you're, you know. Otherwise it's like demeaning and like disrespectful to just be like, go play easy mode, you're not good enough to play sub. Like, it's just rude. I get it, Calvish is Calvish, but I can definitely play sub. And I will take offense if you tell me to play Asta. Yeah, sub RMP. Even, and sub RPS. Like, Calv stomped everyone with sub RPS. On ladder, everyone's bad. At the end of the day, like, Mage is just gonna ADO someone. Like, you're just there to stun everything. You can play sub RMP the same way you'd play Outlaw RMP. Like, there's a lot of times where sub does more damage than Outlaw. And has more stuns than Outlaw. It's just Outlaw's more immortal and more mobile. But at the end of the day, you're just triple stunning someone and doing good trades and killing someone with an ice wall or a bomb. Sub Destro probably works too, yeah. And sub Boomy, yeah. I probably get rank 1 as any of those. But people are just so, like, you know, everyone has to be an Asarug and be like a, you know, crazy. Like, Savarog is frustrating as hell to play, but, like, the only spec I enjoy. Playing Asarug just feels like being a self-play. Not fun. Probably not, because I don't know how much I'm fully playing. I'm back kind of part-time since I quit my second job, but I'll try to play like 2 or 3 days a week. I'm usually working Wednesday through Saturday, 12-hour shifts. But yeah, I'm trying to do this thing where I can maybe go live like 2 hours before work if I get up early. And normally I get up at like 2, 3 p.m. But I'm trying to get up at like noon. And then I can play for a little bit. I mean, I don't have that many people left to play with because my whole friends list has quit, or they just play MOP, or they play Legion Remix, or they are like Mythic Plusers now. Like half my rank 1 friends literally just do like PvE now, and then the other half quit, and then like 10% of them went to MOP, then like, yeah. But I could scroll through my friends list on a whole given day, and there's like maybe like 5 or 10 people that play Arena, and they're just like AWC Andes with their AWC teams. I don't have some, like, you know, Cabal, Calvish Mage connections to just pull in a free Palomore carry, you know? But yeah, like, literally half of them are just PvEers now. It's crazy. How many people I know that went to, like, PvE. Yeah, hopefully I'll get some, like, sub-games in with, like, Aegis or, like, Hansel or something. My drummer used to be. I just don't really have the time or the space or the noise-free zone. Or noise-capable zone. Apartment living, you know? No, I'm not gonna LG for a rank 1 push. That's dumb. Maybe if I'm on my ult, I'll do like free glad carries or something if there's more inflation in like a month or 2. I'm just memeing. It's just, you know, Palomar gets to play with Calv like every other season. Like half of his rank 1s are playing with Calv. It is, it's quite the fortunate connection to have. You know, whether it's a Cabal favor or not, I don't think it is. It is quite the nuclear arsenal for like just being a likable human. You know? Having friends and networking and stuff's important. I don't really have any friends in this game anymore. Because everyone I like has quit. I will say, like, over my career of playing for 20 years, I think I've had the most amount of teams than anyone I know. Like, I've pretty much switched teams almost every season for, like, 20 seasons of Rank 1s in a row. Like, every other season, it's been, like, a different, like, mage healer almost. I think Mason's almost been one of the longest arc healers I've had now at this point. It was, like, Gex from, like, late Mob through, like, Legion to Mason since, like, Shadowlands. But, like, for the most part, it's been, like, you know, new mage, new healer almost every other season. Like, in Mop, it was, like, Mikhail, like, Come Down, and, like, also the Chinese, playing with, like, Suzy and Zundin and all them. And then, like, WoD, it was kind of, like, the Damn I Am and, Moj, which no one remembers Mo. Mo was great. And then, like, Legion, it was mostly playing with the Euros. I was playing a lot with, like, No Lifer, and then that's when Floor Mat came in. Like, Floor Mat was sick. And... And then BFA, I think that's when I started playing Asla because I had to, and I was playing with whoever Stun God used to play a lot with, I forget. And then Shadowlands, RMP was kind of a golden age. I was playing with a bunch of different people and some of the new heads. And then Dragonflight, I've been alienated because I'm just not cool with the new Cabal. Yeah, rip the Come Down. I used to play a lot of League with him. He carried my ass in League too. I used to duo a lot with Mikhail. But yeah, pretty much almost every other expansion or season, I've had like 2 different main teams. Because people just hate me. That's... I've worked on it a lot, because a lot of the feedback is like, when it comes to like tournaments and stuff, is just like the being defensive thing. But like, it's... A lot of times it's just people love to blame the rogue no matter what. And I noticed that the most with like Abrua than I ever did, in terms of just how much people hate rogues. That and like the team with like Rosita and Flay. Like on Flay's end. Like at the end of the day, if you're the rogue, you're always going to get all of the blame, and you're just, you know... You're expected to be never cloaking aggro, never trinketing aggro, immortal, while also just, you know, playing perfectly aggro and actually evasioning, you know, the disarm and all that kind of stuff. Like, even if you do clean goes, like, you gotta be safe at immortal and aggro and be able to actually close out a game, and there's just so much more pressure on the rogue end. Anything goes wrong, it's always your fault. And even if you just do like a compliment sandwich and, you know, you're like humble and you shit talk yourself, it doesn't matter. People just say it's excuses or defensive. Crazy. But I just also don't really ever want to compete anymore. Too many toxic teams, and then like too much politics, and such a bit different video game. It's the same with like League, right? You watch like LCS and there's like no kills and everyone has like 250 CS, and it's just, you're just playing a game of tennis back and forth with wave management and everyone's just safe. Like that's how like pro WoW is, where it's just like, okay, you're an immortal dampener, you win the game. You watch, you know, Waz play a 10-minute RMP mirror as Outlaw. You play safe, you win. I quit the second job, so now I'm able to stream a couple days a week. Which, this is probably the worst time to stream. I was too burnt out. I only kept the 80-hour work week going for 4 months. I wanted to do it for a year. So I'm gonna be really behind financially, because I don't think streaming makes anything anymore. I lost a lot of my viewership. The goal is, if I stream a couple days a week, if I can maybe make 1,000 a month doing it for the same amount of 80-hour work week, but doing something I actually enjoy. Yeah, pretty much my options are Egg and Hansel. But then it's just get a healer, and that's like beyond impossible. Because there's like fucking 5 healers in existence. And even if you're a 2 out of 10 healer, you're like a supermodel with like a 3-month VIP like waiting list to get. Like, I can't ask Kearney, he hates me. And then I pretty much only have Mason, but he mostly plays end of seasons. Can maybe try to get Olympics to come back from the dead or something. I saw him playing Mage the other day. Ollie's a homie. He's one of the longer rotationals too that stayed in the equation. I don't know, I asked Search to play the other day, he didn't answer. So I got some crickets. I like the changes a lot for Subrogue. I think it's going to be a lot more fun. I'm just hoping Subrogue does good damage. Because, yeah, if the damage is just shit, it's going to suck. Being a good PvE spec is what matters. Sadly. It needs to outdamage Outlaw and outdamage Asta, and it just needs to be the PvP spec. I'm just so bored of Outlaw and Asta being better 90% of the time for the last 10 years straight. I miss Sub just being the PvP spec and not the, oh, Calvis just makes it work, or oh, what, you know. I have Alpha, yeah, I've played it a lot. I even did the campaign and leveled to 90 on it. Yeah, it's nice, because, like, T doesn't give you mastery anymore. And you have plenty of energy without T, so you get to drop T, and you get to go Cold Blood, and you get to play with extra points leveling up to 90, you get to play Subterfuge too. So you get to be Subterfuge and Cold Blood, and Cold Blood's a passive. So it's like every time your builders crit, you get a free finisher crit. And you have the same amount of keybinds really, you're just trading T for Gormal. So you're not really pruning anything. And you have Cold Blood, your builders actually do stuff, you get to play Subterfuge, you have baseline dance CDR, so you can like go for Rees and not feel punished of like, oh, I need to just do like 100 finishers a minute to be able to have dance. You just have the same dance CDR no matter what, so you just sit pillar, you get Rees, get to play hit and run playstyle. Cold Blood is fun, you have lethality for like better builders. They changed this to be extra crit damage during symbols, so this is like really good again. They moved the AoE stealth into like a more isolated spot, so you don't have to take it to pick Swift Death. But you honestly don't even need Swift Death anymore, I think, because you get to play 3 symbols. So you go like Rotten, 3 symbols. Let me see if I can duplicate scene. Go on the alpha real quick while I'm in queue. So I can show you what I mean. Oh, it says I need to update it. Usually I can't update and play at the same time. Just balance, stupid. I closed the game. I should be able to do it real quick. Yeah, you still play Secret Tech. But it's not CDR and finishers anymore, I don't think. It's like a flat CD, so you just have it for the goes. The rotation's a lot like less weak aura-y. Weak aura-y, guess that's the word now. And then the other benefit is when you have the Shadowcrafts, like mark for that double of this kind of thing, it actually does a graphic on the screen, like it has a built-in weak aura, which is nice. Opening the alpha real quick, I had to update it. A lot of the add-ons, I honestly don't notice it that bad. I want big debuffs back, and obviously I want Esserina. But yeah, I like the idea of the alpha a lot. Why is that not working? There we go. I mean, they're just pruning a lot of add-ons, which I think if there's like no weak auras, that'll be great. People won't just air horn peel you as easily. David, oh no. I've been saying the triple DR thing for like 5+ years. It's just a coincidence. I used to talk to some of the devs a long time ago, but nothing I ever suggested ever came to fruition, so. Oh, they put in the hero talents now, finally. I haven't seen these yet. That's new. Critical damage bonus increased by 20. Holy, okay, that's not bad. That stalker mark has 30% chance to immediately consume a stack when applied. Oh, that's gonna be weird. I mean, if I'm not playing around finality, I guess it's fine. Deals 80% of the normal damage to all other enemies. That better not break CC. Oh, it's only when black powder, so that's useless. Okay. I mean, that's okay for like PV rotation, I guess, but that's kind of scary. No, I used to talk to Reels a lot, but I don't even know if he's the class dev anymore. He'd always like preach the idea of haste sub-rogue to me, and I'd always be like, no, it's horrible. And then he finally got it good. But yeah, it's weird because like these ancient art things, they take your spec points. So I thought I was going to be able to play Dark Brew, but I do think these are good. Because this gives you the same basically benefit as Dark Brew in terms of shadow damage. And then this is the double of this. This is basically what Shadowcraft used to be. Because now Shadowcraft is different. Now Shadowcraft is during dance, you get more passive combo point procs and more energy regen. Because yeah, if you're at like, let me see how many procs I need to get. To be fair, they did not prune anything. I was just trying to rearrange my bars. You're basically just trading Gorma for T. But I tried to move more of my combo point buildery stuff to the right side. And my extra shadow step stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get it back to like 2 rows like I had it in Legion. Like 2 small rows. And then maybe make a little mini bar of like Hellstone, Mage Food and all that. And I was thinking maybe I'll put another action bar for kick. And just put like an action bar of kick up here if Better Blizz doesn't do the kicks by the cast bars anymore. You'll know if that's possible, Bodhi, or not. Because if it's not possible, I'm just going to make an action bar of kick up on my target frame. An action bar that literally is just 1 with kick. Because I've gotten too accustomed to having that. But yeah, like, see how we're above shadow, we're above 5 combo points and we're above 5 passive combo points? We have these little black bars. This is when you know you have the double finisher. You have like a built-in weak aura. And then yeah, every time you crit any builder, you get a 10% modifier, guaranteed crit finisher. This is the new Cold Blood, which is great because you have lethality. I'm excited to see that these are in now. Yeah, you get to play Subterfuge, you get to play Gorma, you have energy regen without playing T. T doesn't give you damage. You don't have to play Flag, because Flag's gone. AoE Stealth is now swapped the other way around with Pre-Med. Well, this used to be AoE Stealth and this was Swift Death. So now if you wanted to play Swift Death, you can completely avoid AoE Stealth in PvP builds, since you can't even use it in PvP anyway. So this is not like a wasted talent point anymore. And then you have Shot in the Dark, so you have the free cheap shot when you vanish dance, or like just be in stealth in general. Which actually, that doesn't even say stealth, which is weird. Maybe you don't have 4, you have 3. I thought this worked on stealth, maybe they nerfed it. Because yeah, it used to be like your opening Shot in the Dark. into like your first cheap shot into like dance another shot in the dark, and you'd have until like you still have another cheap shot. But even if you go every 16 seconds, you have 2 cheap shots minimum from 1 cheap shot charge plus 1 shot in the dark charge. But like in your opener with 2 cheap shots and a shot in the dark, you basically have 3 cheaps, and you can swap around a lot. Like your vanishes will help too. We're still in shuffle queue, by the way. You can, no, triple stun's gone, and you have 16-second DRs. Which is good, because like, doing a triple DR cheap shot on an orc feels so shitty anyway. Can't do your rotation. You're like, not even trading up global positively with them. Because your stun's like 0.8 or something, and the global's like 1. It never feels good to do like a 3rd stun. Nah, being able to do goes every 16 seconds is crazy. And you can still off stun and stuff too. You pretty much have 2 to 3 cheap shots always. And a kidney. So it's not hard to like kidney one guy, off cheap one guy, off cheap another guy. Or like off kidney DPS, cheap the kill target, and then your teammates get the healer with like DB or chest dice. Yeah, these are interesting. I wonder what the trickster ones are now. Still says under construction. Okay. Is there add-ons? There's gonna be some add-ons probably. Oh, we got a queue. Trickster better on Midnight? I don't think so. That's my only gripe with Midnight is that hero talents are still in, even though they're expanding on them. I think they're kind of buggy and weird. We looked at Outlaw. No, I have no interest in playing Asa on Outlaw. I only enjoy playing Subrug. I'd rather just play a different spec than play a PV rogue spec. Like if I'm just gonna play an RNG fucking, you know, tank spec on Outlaw, or play a tab dotting wannabe feral with less skill cap and an inability to clone, like why would I even play rogue at that point? Like the whole point of rogue to me is sub-rogue, and if I can't play sub-rogue, I'd rather just play feral or, you know, warrior or something. But I don't really want to play other classes, so I think I'll start playing more mage and actually get good at it. I don't have any fun playing Outlaw or Asa, even if my win rate's higher. That was just way more dopamine. It was kind of okay when like you could have dance on Outlaw, but yeah, no step on Outlaw is terrible. I love step kicking things. Grapple, it feels so shitty. And then I hate roll the bones. I hate between the eyes spam. Then Asa just, either they need to give Garrote to all 3 specs and just make it stealth only, and let Asa have permanent Garrote, or they need to just burn Garrote. I don't think spam Garroting everything is fair. And like obviously Deathmark needs to go. It's one of the worst offensive cooldowns in the game. And there's just too many bleed dispels and bops and shit. Like, give Vendetta back, make it unboppable, or make it, like, tied to the rogue so you can swap around even. Like, give Asa a real offensive cooldown, and print Garrote, and then Outlaw needs Step, remove Grapple, and remove Between the Ice Spam, make it, like, green skin again as the build. Not playing Orc, so this is gonna be scary. Should have bought a Battlemaster trinket. Be lame. I think I should play Subterfuge for this. My music keeps stopping. Oh, it's because I reached the end of the mix, that's why. Opening first, I fainted that, should be okay. I'll spam Vanish. Got disarmed on non-blades. Scanning Van again. Don't know if we needed paint stuff, but I'll just trinket this go. Playing it safe. It's not blades, it's kind of terrible to trinket there, but that Snowdrift triple DR is so good. Because now I'm on DR for like an eternity, and the Rook can't play the game. Gonna trinket this, I can bomb him next on DR. We didn't need this paint up because I kited. My Boomy has renewal and trinket, so him being isolated out there is not the end of the world. We just kill Rogue really soon. I get DB ice walled. Oh, I'm dead. I have cloak, but I don't get it off. I get triple stuns. Blades ice walled on. He gapped and let me cloak. We're chilling because he did a terrible gap. Another block. Gonna maybe defensively blind? Nah. Thunder Rook first. Another bop. Feels bad, man. Blind healer. Rook's off stun DR in like 3. Gouge Rogue to peel. Faint this. Step my healer. I have Vanish still. We're good in 20, so I just need to Vanish the next go. If I go back there, I just die. Maybe I can get a re here. Really good if I get it. I hate that grip. I have to Vanish or I just die. Still dead probably. Priest out of CD in 2. I have faint for this. Still dead though, I think. I have a step in 3. I have to stay in the dome though. I have danced on the Rogue in 1. Yeah. Rogue Boomy versus Rogue Mage is kind of hard. This might just be a 6-0 for the Mage. No, grapple is terrible. People can just react and you can't step kick. It has like travel time. It glitches out and get like on terrain. It gets rooted and shit. Just canceled out by random CC. It's broken because it has cooldown reduction and you can grapple like 6 times in a row with hero talents, but switch the sap. I hate that stun so much. I think I just need to go healer more. Evasion just started kidney. Evasion just kidney. And I had feint for this. I should be able to greed. Couch rogue. Mage faked me, I'm bad. Probably get a block here. Nice rep. Should have vanished this, because then I could have got the half sap. Breeding. Oh, I trinketed, man. That's terrible. I didn't think he was going to land hands me. Keep my ruptures on everything. Feint this. I'm probably dead. Nice pop. Pick the fade. I don't want to vanish this root, but I just go healer, I think. I'll vanish this. I get disarm before I could cheap shot rogue, even though I'm spamming it on top of him. Disarming rogue here, even though I'm on stun DR for 5. You trick it's disarm, that's crazy. Got bombed the block. The beam's ending. Try not to break that. Probably maybe dead here. I'm spamming blind on healer, but try to stun rogue off me before I die. I'm gouged. Hopefully they just solo because I can't get to the mage. Double kill. Nice, we got the boomy on the board. Maybe it's just a pally diff. Shouldn't be, but... Alright, rogue's on my team. I don't need disarm. Good DFA. Guy's not worthy of tricks. Sub rogue damage, not a viable like damage spec. 15% of 0 is still 0. $4.7 mil, almost no block him. Incarn. Hopefully my guy don't just die. I'm drinking this. Pick that. Gouge that. Finish my stacks. Get rupture going. Maybe bomb the boomy in a sec. Half kidneys into a fear. Saved by the passive. I have feint for this. I have a vanish. Beige for Dammer Duck. Try to greed the van. I have and. Doesn't this work? No. Doesn't pay the bills. I was working 80 hours a week with 2 jobs. Now I'm working 1 job for 36 to 48 hours a week. And this could be my 2nd job again. Even though this makes 1/3 of the money as my previous 2nd job. Yeah. I just was burning out too hard, working 80 hours a week. It was more fun as a secondary hobby. Can you pally while he's running in for Hodge? Bubbles it. I have no cloak for 15, I need to just play safe. Gouge pally into stun. Alright, just get cloned on my dance. 0.1 man. Rest in peace, dance. DB Snowdrift, I have cloak, but he's trying to ice wall me. Triple DR Hodge, maybe cloak. We swapped at the same time. Maybe I get a re here. Can he mage on his blink in, stun boom me? He just trinket kills my healer. Got shut down now. I wish I had cushy government jobs. I know it's not what the current times is, but you know, having those kind of benefits for years definitely makes this little drought more manageable if people leveraged and stayed ahead. Hopefully I get a dispel 1 time ever. I got feared through the ice wall. Dies without blocking, love to see it. Got the other rogue on the board. Now we get free 2 wins with the mage and we get 4 wins. I mean, this should have been a 6-0 for the mage, but he decided to not block. Fuck yeah, I get more than 2 wins. And me and the Boomy pulled out a miracle. That or it's a healer diff. But I'm gonna cope out that this mage is gonna go 2-0 with me. Cope. Oh, I need to disarm. I do night shift quality inspections at like a warehouse of like testing parts for a product. We pull samples out of boxes and test them with various machinery. Like 24 an hour with the night shift differential. I'm just cloaking this. Thin Karn anyway. Bashed into clone. There's the incarn. Bang. Cover the road. Try to kick the clone, couldn't. Lops on DR, try to disarm this. Into gouge. I'm dead, ran away. Yeah, that's the 6. Well, no, that's the disc's only win. Fuck, that's so bad for me. I'm like on top of my healer and he just greeds. That's illegal. I was hoping it was a 5 win for the H-Pal and I was the only one to get the priest his only win, but that was a throw. We had like every button on our team and I'm on top of them. You just have perma damage reduction and you get 1% Versa. But the damage reduction is kind of buggy. It's like way more than 6k every hit. Really good flat damage reduction into dots and burst and multi-hit moves. Phase disarm, hopefully. Yep. I get disarmed. Banish this. Gouge. I'm just batch clone forever. Finish my stacks, go boomy. Cover the rogue. I'm off stun DR. I need to just disarm when he dances here in a sec. Waiting for them to start to do stuff. He gouged. I'm going to disarm now. I can gouge off that. And then I can just go him off the gouge. He trinkets. Feint that. Should hold my trinket because of God Feint. Still have to vanish. Kind of annoying. Keep shut off that for the fear. Doesn't fear. Keeps casting damage. Disarm blades. Actually, I don't have it. Kind of scary then. Defensively kidney rogue, but I'm not on him. Pick clone. Farm rogue. Gouge boom me defensively. Bomb this. Big of this. Stun trinket. Stun H-Pal. Hopefully he fears. I could gouge, restun, maybe he fears. I can. One day this guy will go for a fear. I still have my trinket. Three wins is terrible for that. That mage threw so hard. That mage should go 6-0 for like 3. He has his keyboard plugged in. Like rogue mage should always beat rogue boomy. But the boomy, he played really well one round. And then the mage also no blocked. And then he also, my healer choked on the other, like when the mage was on my team. So he got screwed over by the H-Pal on my team, and then he no blocked against me, and then the boomy did well one game. So he went like 3 wins instead of like 6. But like it should not be possible to not go 6-0 on mage in that lobby. Because it's just rogue mage versus rogue boomy every single round. It's also weird that an H-Pal 4-2 to disc when disc is this OP. Where's my weak res at? Get time in queue, because I don't have that one anymore. Boop. Oh, I do have it on. It just set to not load. No, it's just way off the screen. We can go to my other well. Drag game capture to the bottom. Add in a source clone. Oh, I need to get the plugin for that again, I guess. That's annoying. I hope Outlaw doesn't do well. I hate grapple and I hate roll the bones. And I hate Queen the Eyes spam. If it's like step as an option, green skin Outlaw, and roll the bones is gone, sure. Adrenaline Rush short globals is fun, but yes, source clone. I need to get the plugin for it. Hopefully I don't need to restart OBS. If not, I'll figure it out next time, but Correct. Rework's still RNG fest. Even if there's like no count the odds and all the other different modifiers on it. I think I have to restart OBS for it, so I'll figure it out later, but I'll just do a game capture for now. Even though that's less resource efficient, but do that. We can look right now. I wonder if the new Fate-bound hero talents are in. No, they're not. These are still under construction. Okay, cool. Still have the AR double roll. And yeah, there's 45% chance to apply 2 stacks. Weird. Acrobatics down there now. Improved roll the bones. That's weird. Killing trees at the bottom of the tree. 3-minute CD. I wanted to get Fan the Hammer, but I don't know how I afford it. I didn't even read out half the talents, so this is probably not the good build, but it's just giving to see what's really different or not. Yeah, it doesn't look that different, but Oh, the roles are different. That's the CDR one, I'm guessing. They have different names too and different icons because Outlaw's not confusing enough. Does it still increase CDR? Or is that just because of Dragon Dice, or they just have different names now? I don't know. I hate Roll the Bones. Game didn't want me to switch specs. Yeah, that's so much better for ESA than it is for sub. Because you get to AoE on Rupture instead of AoE on Black Powder. They should just do that for Rupture on sub too. Because you're not going to Black Powder in PvP very often. Fires, you can't go Supercharge without Kingsbane. That's weird. Why is it tied to Kingsbane now? I didn't even know it was an Naruto opening, to be honest. I just have YouTube auto playing. I just did an energy mix. I don't even know what the build would be. That's kind of annoying that you have to take Amplifying to go down the tree. That seems like a weird thing. I guess that means you're just forced into... Or is Amplifying just different now? I want to get Shrouded Suffocation. Yeah, this tree is really awkward. It'd be fine if you could go diagonal from Kingsbane to the Envenom talents and just get out of Rapid Injection and just do this. But you feel like you can't take Shrouded, which is insane, because like Bleed Execute's too overpowered and you have to take it. I mean, I guess you would just drop Zoldyck for it like that, but that's a really weird tree with where Kingsbane is now. And we're kind of having to take Amplifying. I don't like the shape of that tree. Sub feels really good. I'm excited for sub. Because flag is gone. No more cheesing. You get to play Subterfuge. You get to play 2 Vanishes. You get to play Cold Blood. Cold Blood's a passive. You don't have to play T anymore because it doesn't give you damage and you have good energy regen without it. How you doing, PMK? I'm hanging in there. I just quit my second job with the SEO stuff. I'm just doing the inspector work I'm doing right now. Yeah, energy regen feels good. Yeah, I'm gonna stream like 2 to 3 days a week. Sunday to Tuesday and sometimes Wednesday. Sometimes I'll be spending Sunday with my girlfriend, obviously, and then every other Wednesday at work. Like I work this Wednesday, and I'm leaving at like 4 o'clock. Probably I'm getting off to get ready and leaving and getting there by 4:30. So I can clock in 30 minutes early. So, like next Wednesday I'll be live. Next Tuesday I'll be live. Monday I'll be live. Depending on what I'm doing Sunday, I'll probably maybe be live Sunday. I don't know yet. But yeah, it's a couple days a week. And then the second half of the week, I'm just going to be doing my 12-hour shifts at night, you know? But I went through the outlaw a couple minutes ago. It's not that bad. Asa seems really weird, though, with the talent tree. So I'm sure they'll change Asa, though. There's like a couple awkward choices where you're like forced into things that are like multi-talent points, kind of like the old survival hunter problem. Yeah, it seems like Shadow Strike's gonna be really good. You get to play like an actual sustained damage build. Like there's less modifiers and you have like actual sustained damage. Less cheesy of not like trying to line up 7,000 modifiers. I don't like doxing where I work, but I do 12-hour quality control at a warehouse. So we just like pull samples out of boxes and like the first 4 hours of the 12-hour shift is a lot of physical work, and then it's just sitting around testing the parts and stuff and chasing paperwork and hounding people for the correct paperwork and catching mistakes and stuff. But yeah. Like 24 an hour with the night shift differential. It's not bad.
That's him, that's him, that's him, that's him.
How you doing, Interjest? 1 year. Goddamn. But even backstab's probably gonna be really good with this new layout. And then like you could do haste symbols of death instead of like the 5-second reduction. And this is gonna be the haste shadow dance reduction. And they moved AoE stealth to like a less annoying spot, so you can actually avoid it since you can't use it in PvP. Could drop those for that too, but I think this is better than Dark Brew though. And if you're spamming a lot of this back to back, you don't have finality anyway. And then finality is only crit now. It's not a flat damage buff. It's just like more crit damage. So it's like, what if you just don't crit? Like finality doesn't seem that great, and you already get Dark Brew by these little 3-4 points over here. So this is probably better. The only thing is I want Gloomblade still. But yeah, they also made Find Weakness a buff on the Rogue. So it's like good for swapping around. Without having to do a Shadow Strike or Cheap Shot first. Like if you're just swap a Vissing or something. I guess I would drop Shuriken Tornado. Because you're not really farming dance per minute to go Gloomblade. But this is really good too. Because it lets you double cast Fan and Knives for one cast. It's like really global efficient if it's like Fan and Knives, this Fan and Knives. I think it's still back to symbols. Oh, no, it is dance. Okay. I think Supercharge is just free. Doesn't really feel any different. You just can't pat it in the starting room OP like, you know? But I could also see a world where you just go T still instead of supercharge. But I don't think you need to because T doesn't give you damage. It's just 150 energy is nice. Nah, I would say this is better than T. It's more damage. And you have plenty of energy regen with Gorma. Because it gives you 3 free finishers. And these talents give you a lot of energy regen too. I don't think you need T. I think T's dead. Which is great. I fucking hate T. You burn through them too quick, and then you only have like 1 T per like minute. It's like it just gives you a stronger opener, and then like it falls off really hard. And then you have to care about like auto T, where it just procs itself for no reason. Like that's like one of the most toxic mechanics ever. When you just auto thistle T for no reason. Like I had to make a weak aura that just like yells at me not to play the game and take my hands off the keyboard if I'm low energy. Which is really stupid game design. I'm glad that weak auras are gone. Any PvP content? Not really. I mean, I'm just sitting a shuffle queue. Oh, we got a pop. Their weak auras are dying. I'm excited. Yeah, I think the design is just much healthier, like I said, though. You have Cold Blood as a passive, and it's playable, which means you get to take lethality, which is great for, like, your sustain. There's a lot of things that are just buffing the general builders. This is a crit modifier. Finality is also less forced. You're not really playing around Finality. You're not really playing around T. You have the same amount of keybinds. You're just trading T for Gorma. And you have Gorma every 45. It's a shorter CD. I think on here it's a minute, right? No, it's 45 on here too. Okay. I'm gonna go with tricks. I mean, LVY, I've said it on Twitter to Big Moran complaining about it. LVY is literal malware. It cuts your frame rate by like more than half, and it doesn't even look good. I really don't understand LVY people. I get the old school TBC and Vanilla WoW X-Pearl people where they're like, oh, I have an animated player portrait that moves around. I get that. Back in the day. But yeah, LVY is trash. I'll die on that hill. Some people need to be protected from themselves. Can you healer no sank in a sec? Oh, I tried to step kick that. Don't let him tremor your fear, man. Kill the tremor. I have to care about auto T here. So hands off the keyboard. Terrible mechanic. Homeless. He walks out because I didn't have my, feels bad. Thought I had kidney. So I knew I was like one finisher from dance being ready. Or grabbed out a line of my healer. I thought I would get the gouge. Kill both caps. Gouge. Popping blades without dance bucket. Done just to get Sank out of the way for later. Step kick X in a second when he goes for it. Try to gouge the Aura Mastery heal. I get trapped full. Healer's in a full blind. Boomy has nothing. We have no swap, no paint up, no renewal. Yeah, he's dead. Maybe I should have played Subterfuge or something. I'm like kind of dance charge starved and I'm sitting a lot of roots. Trying to try to do damage, 'cause I'm still last on damage anyway. Could have had a lot more cheap shots if I was just Subterfuge. Not opening with anything because I'm going to get scattered. Everything first global. Paint that. Alright, playing the game now. Finish my stacks, go hunter. Priest. I continue that because he's in clone. He triggered it to sink that, but bombless. Try to get bubble here. Got paints up. Quick penance. Gouge him before I get feared. Stun, no sank. On the penance. Finish my stacks. Mind blast. Go gouge on penance. Kidney, no sank. Red has bubble here probably. He magic popped. I had blades in 3. Got turtle. Go gouge off that. Apparently it didn't go. I gave COG. Feels bad. Go blind here. He actually searing glared it on accident. Feels bad. You might lose because of that. Give the guy running for fear. I'll click random priest damage here. I have a gouge, but we're dead here, I think. Gouge ret to peel. Stun hunter. Big abyss crit. Bombless. I just get trapped, man. Done that. Still dead though. No peels. Time out in the ret. That's all I can do. The blades killed the hunter in like 5 if we live, but this is our incarn. I don't think we live, but yeah. My blades go right now. No PS, no swap, no lay. Yeah, I mean, there's just a ret, so I auto lose, but could be a struggle for the Boomy too. Me and the Boomy both lost both, so too early to tell if it's a Boomy diff or a heal diff, or just a ret diff. It's not necessarily an 06 yet. Maybe sap that. Go both caps. Blind off that into a sap. Actually, I can't sap off the couch. Boomy's in a better spot to hit. Swap the other guy now. Let him fake clone a billion times. Get scattered, I can't stop clone. Give him cog. Get DR trap, because people don't even try to CC healers, they just CC sub rogue. Incarn, have to be scared. Guy's gonna die without bubbling. I mean, he magic popped. He had to overlap magic pop and bubble the same go. I have age, so I don't just die to air. Bomb this. I have cloak now. That's cloak, I guess. I'm dying to air. Done the whole zoo off me. I like this clone actually, it's really good for me. He gets randomly rep paladined. Good for me. Doing disc priest damage as full damage T-build. Cool, pretty cool. Left sub. That hits me even though I'm nowhere near it. I was like 4 feet in front of it. Love server desync. Swap on the paints up. Bomb this, stun trinket. Guy's not triggeting. That's crazy. Making sure I don't auto thistle T here. Have to be careful. Miss this guy for finality and then go. Let's get disarmed, XD. I get a dispel, world first. Gonna high mountain the zoo off me. Farm dance on the pets while I align. I'll go back out on Hunter soon. I go on a mission to go CC the healer. Get clone probably. Blind off that in a second. On the penance. Restun. I get disarmed. If I die here, I'm sad. They life swap. Healer's in the safest spot to hit. I need to avoid damage or I just die to air. My red has bubble and magic pop. He should be fine. Try to get to the boomy really bad. Saw this guy's trinket. Win the game. Secret attack at 20%. Please rep Pally, do your thing. I'm just sitting at disarm for 3 business days. Try to gouge. Flip the binding. Gouge. Spamming Gloomblade at 10%. Gloomblade at 3%. Gloomblade can't even 1-0 a guy, man. $600k fucking crit Gloomblade. Not bad at 1%. Look at this. 582.9k Gloomblade critical, 1%. Guy survives. I crit him on 1%. Oh, fuck, I can't kill him. It's not an eviscerate. Gouge the Windcarn. Take a look at this. It's still Incarn. It's not even about the disarm. I let him get that rep off. I thought he was faking 100%. Should have blinded healer, but... Got lay on hands. Done no sank into a blind. Into a sap. Trinkets. Hopefully we trap his trinket with something. Pick that. I can gouge the next one. Stunning. Give the guy tricks. Got skin. Have to pull energy or I'll accidentally T. Can't be wasting my damage modifiers passively for no reason in between goes. We love not being able to control and having passives. Got bop. That was my blades though. Couldn't heal her. He's gonna sank it though. Thanks. Gonna gouge the Incarn in a sec. Hopefully we don't just die. Oh, I was gonna kidney Ret next global. Just came off stun DR. Gouging Boomy, kidneying Ret to hopefully live, but 6-0 for the rep belly. You really deserved it. $3.6 mil stars aligned to Vis with T. Pretty good. Out of 20 million health pools. I've only been able to do damage every 90 seconds. Got pre-earthen, so I'm just gonna AFK. Ooh, Boomy's over here. He's on global still from resapping the rat. Just gonna let him PV. Yeah, BM Hunter. Gonna go Boomy. Boomy's up. Lasso first glove. I'm just gonna target it. Unblind the Sank. Should be able to still sap this, I think. He trapped over it for no reason. Like, into the middle of my blind. Probably can't resap because totems. Pretty fun. Pick that. Gouge that. Kill the totem. Kill the second totem. Fuck the searing. Fuck it. Kidney healer, no Sank. Got the heal off. There's the card. Guy's just gonna die without turtling. Quick one. Done all three. Good tricks. Bomb this. Pick him again. This guy's a soccer ball. Gouge the next one. I targeted the wrong totem. He moved his totems around. He had that hex on me. He's crossed, so no Sank. There's another wind card. Kind of scary. Hopefully we don't just die. He actually turtled. Love to see it. I just get searing glared on my one shot. No resap either. And my guy's dead here. This ret got a rep. Pick the re-rep. I have to gouge clone now. I'll trigger this. I have my blind for this go. Hopefully he traps out of it. We don't just die. Booming, he gets faked and gives Booming precog. Now he clones our healer and we lose. 3-6-0 for the ret. He deserved it. One. The damage is bugged out. Oh, no, it's not. The billions. Ret deserved that one. Now, weak cores are gone. I think you can, like, track your buffs and stuff. I'm just gonna, like, hope that the buff filtering from Better Blizz still works and filter out a lot of the buffs, and then I'm just gonna move my buffs right above the target frame, hopefully. And then I'll maybe make an extra action bar for kick by the target. For kicks. And then, yeah. I wonder if pre-vanishing the starting room would be good. Just to keep shot in the dark for the opener. Probably would be with 2 vanishes. Because then by the time the gates open, your vanish is almost back. Just a free extra cheap shot. Unless gates opening removes it. Because yeah, you don't get shot in the dark on re-stealth anymore. It's just dance or vanish. Yeah, find weakness on the rogue. Nah, I haven't really touched my luck. No, you never used the stun. You just have extra passive damage reduction because Sub doesn't really care about meld as much as Assassin Outlaw. You're not vanishing on CD for damage. You already have dance. Just to be passively tankier. Because you get the 6k off every damaging hit passive, and then you have the 1% Versa. You can maybe use it as like a gap closer if you aim it to not hit a player. Or if they're like immune on stun DR already. You just kind of use it to chase them. Or you could use it on like pets. Where there's like a billion BM Hunter pets out, you just stun the whole zoo. But it's pretty good. If it's Rogue v Rogue though, you'd rather be Orc. Then the other matchups, you're just tankier. Secret Tech looks fine, yeah. I just wish Secret Tech was smart AoE and wouldn't break CC. They changed a lot of other AoE spells. Like, they should just add Secret Tech to that list. Because teams just organically always stack up, and every spec in the game still just does a fuck ton of AoE. Like, when you're playing, like, Sub Frost, right? You can't really ever press Secret Tech or Orb, because every team is just stacked every single game. So hard to go for CC when people are just glued together. I wouldn't be opposed to a stealth threshold. I also think Hunter shouldn't have stealth. Hunter having a minute camo is really stupid. At the bare minimum, it should be like 20 seconds like a mage in Viz. Or like, yeah. At the maximum. I shouldn't say minimum. There's nothing worse than like waiting a whole minute on Hunter to come out of stealth. And praying that Flare doesn't bug you out, pull you across like half the map. Or that they don't just like tab hit you 20 yards away because track hidden. I mean, I could see a world where like Cloak and Shadows gave you a shield on re-stealth, but it'd be too OP. There was something like that in, wasn't BFA, but there was an expansion where you had a stealth shield. It was pretty OP. I think the whole point of like timing dot ticks and stuff when you re-stealth is good, or like having a priest shield. It was Shadowlands? Okay, yeah. I think that's a little too dumbed down, personally. I think the problem though is it's just too easy to stop stealth. Because like, there's too many crazy AoEs that have like the hitbox of the whole map. And like all the bug stuff that just pulls you out in the opener, like the ret bug where they just press Wake of Ashes first global. Pull you out across the map. Or all the mechanics that like bounce off teammates. Like when Throw Glaive used to bounce off your teammates, or Purge the Wicked used to bounce off your teammates to you. Or how they made Spectral Sight not interruptible with damage anymore. You have to like CC it. But yeah. That'd be dumb. AoE should be a way to get rogues out. AoE shouldn't be half the universe. Like knowing where someone's at and guessing and like, you know, shooting a blizzard or a hurricane or something was like part of the skill, you know, of AoEing someone out. Or like, you know, game sense knowing when to like arcane explosion or something. But it's just nowadays AoE is just passive and Diablo'd into like every spell. The AoE's been a problem since like Legion. Maybe even WoD. Been decades at this point. To find the bolt. Helldom's a new pet. I don't know why we trapped him. I guess I'll just gouge then. Got Trinket. Pick that. Into him getting silenced. Can't stop rep because I kicked Fear. Gouge bolt. Actually, I don't have gouge, he's dead. Oh, we have rewind. Gets one bolt and we just die. Every time I get this one, he's so squishy. Doesn't do anything. This guy like never traps ever. It's crazy. Shouldn't be having to gouge the healer with a hunter or a mage. Guy's trapping a Windwalker for no reason. Getting disarmed, so I'm not going to blades or anything. Get feared 3 times. Pick that. Step behind that. Line that. Kidney after that, I'll banish this. Done. Tricks. Bomb, so I don't think this guy will ever get a trap. Got walled aggro. Can't sap, because I'm bad. My dance ended too soon. Pick that. Did this without full points, because I want finality back. And we're just gonna die without turtling again, because this guy's a rep. This is like the 3rd time this hunter has just played awful that I've gotten him, and then he like actually still wins the game on the enemy team, which is annoying, just because he's a hunter. Like, I swear out of like 3 lobbies I've gotten this guy in 2 days, he's like no turtled half the games. There's BM Hunter 10 APM. Traps me for no reason. Hunter thinks. Still disarmed for 2 more business days. Scattered. Gouge into a kidney. Bomb this. Look at this. How you doing, Cinnamons? Well, if this BM Hunter was like a real class, he would actually be like fucking 2K. Crazy. Unless he was playing a rep pally. He could probably play a rep pally too. Bomb this so I don't get disarmed. He just incaps me in smoke bomb because the game's laggy as shit. Cloak the binding. No dance to sap this, but sleep walk in a sec. He's gonna go for it. Sydney after this precog and Nully. I'll just trigger this. Good tricks. I get disarmed 0.1. I didn't dance yet at least. Hopefully I could sap out of this if we don't just die. I sapped out of it. Cover Windwalker. Get a restun. Get a resap. Do another sap. Do a DR piss cheap shot. Do a half beer. Eviscerate. Okay, okay. Nowhere near that, but okay. Stunned in the clock. Kick fair. Can't stop rep. Other guy gets faked on his kick. Feels bad. Getting double bolted. Hopefully I don't die. Cloak the second bolt. Getting the H-Pal in a sec. Blind off that into a sap. Got trinkets. Just gotta bum this defensively. Maybe 100 trinkets. Try to finish my stacks. Dance charge starved for the next eternity. Pick that. Gouge this. Getting double coiled. Might be dead here. Yep. Might be an H-Pal diff, even though we carried the other guy one game. Nah, it's the lock 6-0, I think. I'm kind of back, but yeah. I've been working 80 hours a week the last 4 months with 2 drops. Oh, YouTube chat's not showing on the merch chat. That's kind of weird. I've gotten played in the same spot. At least he didn't get me out this time. Gonna port first global. They break my sap for no reason. Love to see it. Bumless. Restun. Figure that. Try to cheese. Getting coiled here. The bolts. Panic cloak. I have paint for this, should be fine. Wall block now. Finish my stacks. Ending shot for eternity. Can't stop fear, I don't have step. Pick that. Stun healer in 2. Can blind off that. Actually, I can't. Spamming band defensively to not die here. Non-maxed out of this for finality's sake. Line so I don't just die. He actually fakes me. I'll step behind the bolt so it doesn't go off. JK, I get intimmed and I'm dying in an intim stun. I get fucking 2 seconds stunned by 100 and just die 100-0. So I was gonna step the bolt. If I get a quick queue, I can do one more, but I only had like 2 hours to play before work. But yeah, I'll be trying to stream Sunday to Tuesday and every other Wednesday. But I did an 8-hour yesterday. I mean, I've gotten that hunter like 2 or 3 times this week, and he's like 06 to like half of them. Like, he doesn't turtle every other game. So it is what it is. But yeah, that lock just kind of turbo carried him. Because he just one-shot someone both rounds. But yeah, that guy just never goes for trap, ever. He just traps DPS randomly for no reason and gets dispelled. I'm like having to gouge healer every time with a hunter on my team, because the guy just doesn't go for CC. And then he like uses it into him to try to kill. Like, it's a really, really bad BM hunter. Like, if he played any other spec, he'd probably be like 2k. Besides Ret. Like, he just does random bindings that waste my stun DRs, does random intims that, and he just doesn't go for intim trap. Or even scatter half trap, or like, you know. Or trap off my stuns. Like, it just doesn't go for trap ever. He just traps EPS randomly and scatters defensively randomly. He's just a peel bot. Like, the whole point of Hunter Rogue is that I can, like, half sap out of trap. Into, like, hopefully our healer having a fear DR. If it's like a priest or dragon or something. That's the only one applied. I wonder if that counts with Darkest Night. Let me see. Darkest Night. Not, didn't yet. Could have just not had the 30% chance, though. It did. Okay, cool. So I did a Vis and started at 2 stacks. That's crazy. That's not a bad talent. Because they added some of the new hero talents for Deathstalker. This is insane, especially with lethality. Because you're basically having 40% more on Gorma and builders. Like this on Gloomblade is great. And 20% more on Gloomblade. Yeah, Shadow Tech is insane. That's why you don't need T even more. Like, T doesn't give you mastery. So you don't, it doesn't give you damage. So you get to play a passive Cold Blood where every time you crit a builder, you get a crit finisher. And you get this 20% more crit damage here, and you get this 10% more crit damage here. Kinda sick. And you get to play 3 symbols, you get to play Rotten, play Gorma. This gives you even more. That's too many whoops. Gives you more damage too. That's just nice. Like, you actually have sustained damage. And then they moved AoE stealth to like a less shitty place. You don't have to take it anymore. Like, Swift Death's here now. This is instead of crit chance, this is like crit damage, which is sick. I just don't know if it's Dark Brew and Finality will be good. Or doing this. Because these are pretty good. Because this is basically what Dark Brew is anyway. Like, does Secret Tech just give you a bunch of procs? Let me see. Doesn't seem like it. Oh, they changed this. Unshakable Drive. That used to be Fatal Intent. That's like the execute thing that Deathstalker had that did only 100k damage. That's good, because it used to never do anything. Like, if I go back to retail, right? And I go to, like, this lobby, right? Fatal Intent. I don't even see it on here. Let me go to a round where we killed something. It doesn't do anything. So we gained a whole extra hero talent here. Usually it hits like 100k, even though it's supposed to be like a bleed execute. But this is just whenever you finish a stack, you get 50% more Gloomblade. That's insane. 30 in PvP. Because everything has to be pre-nerfed for Summer Rogue and everything in half. That's still an extra whole hero talent for free. Hell yeah. Did anyone else change? Rupture increased by 10 instead of perma rupture. Is that more? Because I feel like that's usually pretty high. If I look at the free shadow rupture. I mean, you can still play Finality, but like Finality is now not a buff. Finality is just increased Evis crit damage. Which is good, because it's not, you don't have to line it up rotationally and it's not clunky and stuff. Like 30% crit damage is great. Like, there could be a world where you still drop Rotten and you do this. Might be good too. Because Gorma doesn't hit that hard. And Gorma already gives you really good energy regen. If this Q doesn't pop in the next like 5 minutes, though, I gotta get ready to leave. I mean, you might play Finality, it won't be the same Finality. It's not a buff anymore. Passive. And then Cold Blood's also a passive. But you have the same amount of keybinds. You're just trading T for Gorma, basically. And Gorma is your energy regen. Ancient Arts is insane, yeah. I don't understand the Shadow Cleanse trigger shadow techniques, though. Is that just only Secret Tech? Because it doesn't seem like Secret Tech gives you 3 stacks of Shadow Tech. Yeah, Cold Blood's insane, because it's more about being able to play Lethality, because you get 20% more Gorma and Gloomblade damage. And this double fan and Ives talent's really good, too. But I think Gloomblade's better. With how good builders are. And how good this is. Like, this is insane. Getting a double stack. Yeah, Sub looks really healthy, and 20% more crit damage bonus here. I mean, this is already like baseline Finality. I feel like crit is going to be insane. Because like almost all of our talents scale with crit. And we get a bunch of crit from talents. So yeah, we get like 10% crit damage here, right? We get 30% crit damage here. And we get 20% crit damage here. And we get 20% crit damage here. That and like haste being really good for the dance and symbols. It might actually be a crit haste game. Yeah, we can't test how much haste is going to scale with dance yet. But it's that or you drop Finality and you do this and you just play like verse haste. Or verse mastery still. Yeah, we don't really know how the haste is going to fully scale. Like right now they have it set where you have 30 dance no matter what. But because this talent's still not in the game yet, this is what's going to be the haste reduction. So Well, maybe not. Because this now is Shadow Dance duration is increased by your haste. So with 16% haste, it's 1.29 longer. So I have 9.3 second long dance. I didn't notice they changed that. So maybe you just always have 30-second dance, and I have no idea what this talent's going to be. And haste is just longer dance. In which case, you probably wouldn't play haste. Especially if you just ignore Swift Death. Because you have 3 charges of symbols. Like, I think it's, you know, I'm kind of leaning like this. Gormaw gives you enough energy regen that you don't need the energy regen on Shadowcraft. Because you already get the double of this from Ancient Arts. Shadowcraft is just more energy regen. And more passive combo play procs during dance. But this still like helps you get the double of this south. So maybe it would be something like this. I don't know. Rotten's good though. I just can't make up my mind. It's just Rotten Gormaw doesn't seem to hit that hard. Well, that's the choice, right? You either play Rotten Shadowcraft or you play Double Finality. Cause yeah, like right there. Let's see. Obviously, tuning's not really there yet. 37k of this crit versus 10k Gormaw non-crit. There's a lot of crit modifiers though, so maybe that would be like a 20k crit. It's almost an eviscerate. Solo talents? You mean these? Or these? Are you talking about Ancient Arts or are you talking about the new hero talents? Ancient Arts. So basically it is more Shadow Tech passive procs. Better Secret Tech. This is Alpha. Subs looks really fun. It doesn't seem like the numbers are tuned right yet, but the design is much healthier because you're not playing T, flag's gone. Cold Blood's a passive and pickable, which buffs your sustained damage a lot. And then like Shadow Strike and Gloomblade seem really good, and then like you have Gormaws. You have good energy while playing 100 energy. Good energy regen, and the design just seems a lot better. And the new hero talents are in, and they don't seem that bad. 20% more crit damage, insane. Just faster going through your stacks. Like, this counts on Darkest Night too, so sometimes you just do a Darkest Night of this and you're already at 2 stacks. And then this is the only one that's bad, because you're never going to press Black Powder. On Asa, this is Rupture. I think it should be Rupture for sub too. That would be fair. And then they got rid of Fatal Intent and changed it to this, which is a lot better. And I think you have the baseline dance CDR at 30. And instead of having a haste reduce dance, haste increases Shadow Dance duration. So right now, 16% haste is 1.5 seconds almost of extra dance. Like 1.3. Not bad. But like the design is great because like, and Finality is also a passive. So Finality is a passive and it's not clunky. Cold Blood is a passive and not clunky. T isn't forced to do damage, and you don't have to worry about shitty auto T just going off for no reason in between your goes. So no T clunkiness and running out of Ts and like burning through them too fast, and you know, having multiple off global things that you're macroing together and wasting, or you know. So that's good. Cold Blood is sick, and then Lethality is like more crit passive too. I don't know, I like it a lot more. Because I hated T and I hated Flag. I think being able to play Subterfuge and having baseline dance be a value rather than having to like farm finishers of Fan Knives, Rupture, Fan Knives, Rupture, Fan Knives. Like just power farming dance, being like, oh, I have no dance for 40. I gotta like stay in the middle of the map and die for no reason to like farm dance is shitty. This is like you always have the same dance value. And you could actually go for Rees and like use subterfuge and shit. Only matter is like this is probably gonna bug keep you in combat, but yeah, dance is 30. Like this haste just increases dance duration. But I don't know what this talent's gonna be. I mean, Fidelity seems really good too, though. So like the chance it's gonna be, you could drop these, but I think it's gonna be something like this or Rotten Shadowcraft. I'm excited because I like playing Subterfuge. I hate the T playstyle. It's just a matter of will Outlaw and Asa be better PV specs. I would say Asa seems like it's gonna be really clunky. I don't like the Asa talent tree. Outlaw will probably be good though, and I hate Outlaw. Remove Gorma and give Dark Brew. That could be good too. But Gorma is like a big part of your energy regen. I hope it's not that. Ugliest Mog. I have a few like kind of in rookie Mogs, but I don't have them saved right now. I'm on my Tauren where no Mog looks good. And I'm about to get off. But I don't know. Gorma helps a lot with the having only 100 energy because it gives you three free finishers. Now it seems like you have way more sustained damage because like Gloomblade and Shadow Strike does damage. It's just not like playing around Finality and T and shit the whole time. Because it's not just finishers per minute to have dance. You have the same dance value, and then you have sustained damage between your dance, and you get rewarded for restelts again. The Acid Tree. I'll go over it real quick. So like my issue with the Acid Tree, right, is you're forced into taking Amplifying Poison to go this way. If you want to have Bleed Execute. I mean, I guess you could lose 20% Rupture damage and kind of go this way. But... And then Kingsbane's in a weird spot. And you can't play Cold Blood, or you can't play Supercharge without Kingsbane. Because Supercharge is tied to Kingsbane now. So you have to take Kingsbane to do Supercharge. And then, yeah. It's just weird where Amplifying is. And where Shrouded Suffocation is. Like a weird shape. But yeah, it seems like everything's based around Kingsbane now. And Kingsbane's a 1 minute CD, so. I wish they would just prune Deathmark, though. Like, Deathmark's really bad for the game. Like, Acid should just have a real cooldown that's like tied to the rogue. It doesn't get like bleed removed or bopped and shit. But I like that with Asa, this talent right here, where is it? Yeah, the Mass Casualty, based on Rupture. But with Sub, it's based on Black Powder, which you never press. Just like a Mythic plus ability. I think this should be Rupture for Sub too. But they're not going to do that because keys. You probably spam it in keys. But if you're going to do keys, you're just going to play Trickster anyway. And you never press Black Powder as Trickster because you have Nimble. You just have perma fucking Blade Flurry the whole time on Trickster. So it's like, if you want to AoE, you just play Trickster. So I think this should be Rupture instead of Black Powder. But like, this design is really good. Like, the only nitpicks I have really are... oh yeah, Supercharge is also tied to Dance now. I don't think so. The damage is terrible right now on the alpha, but I think the design is just healthier. Like, the rotation isn't clunky. You're not like having 7 billion weak auras on your screen playing around like T and Finality and shit, lining like 7 different procs up to do what every other class does every other global. So, you know. People are still always going to have defensives for blades every 1.5 minutes. Just seems like you get to like halfway play with Gormal every 45. Which is like a nice compromise for like a half go to still maybe kill if they have no CDs. And being able to do goes every 16. And Shot in the Dark also doesn't work on stealth. It's only Dance or Vanish. You don't have a Shot in the Dark in the opener. But with 2 cheap shots and one shot in the dark, you basically have 3 cheap shots and 1 kidney in the opener. And then worst case, at minimum, you have 2 cheap shots with 1 shot in the dark and 1 normal. If you're going every 16 seconds. Or you could just like off kidney a DPS, double cheap the kill target, and then the healer gets, you know, chastised or DB'd or something. But yeah, this shuffle queue hasn't popped, so I gotta go. I've been enjoying running around on the alpha, but nice little, you know, 2.5 hour proc before I go to work. Appreciate you all. I gotta go get ready. Peace.